Do or die time for Encore is the story as we head to Ancient, just one map away from elimination from the ESL Pro League Season 16 conference stage. HEET stand in their way on their map pick, the Frenchman, which of course means, Dean, that they're probably going to have to start on the T side of things.
Yeah, that is the case as we can see. Encore want to try and start off on defense where hopefully things will click together a little bit better, judging by what we've seen from them there on Nuke, as they had that, of course, comeback running. Question is, can they keep that that momentum now here into the early stages of Ancient? Looks like it's going to be a very quick play over towards B. Licky already finding contact in towards the cave, and unfortunately not really been able to do anything at all about it. Hazr going to be able to catch one even while blind, and they haven't cleared the back corner. Sterling gets away with so much. 2 kills already, and well, at this point, is still alive to hopefully assist his teammates because they are struggling here in the back line.
Body low HP though will go down cleanly, and Encore will have their pistol. Very scrappy one from HEET, like you said, not clearing their backlines, not clearing their corners. Afro punished for it, and then the comms from there. Very rough on the timings. The flash is in, just catching a couple too many players. Apoc there with the assists. And from there, easy enough to mop things up. So a solid start. Exactly what we wanted from Encore. They've had some problems with these pistols. Things have gone very desperately wrong on occasion, but that's much better. Now they've got the utility without the bomb plant as well. HEET going to be looking at, well, pretty much nothing. A Deagle, a P250, one flashbang to try and get Body into some kind of an angle here. But otherwise, it should be relatively easy to mop up. And indeed, already the Deagle goes down.
Oh, the P250 gets naded as well, so all of the upgraded weapons being chipped away out without even really getting the fire off any shots, so it's unfortunate. Afro last man standing, only a Glock, and it's the SMGs that also get all of the work done pretty much, so that's exactly what Encore would have been hoping for. Actually going to hang on to all the MP9s, it seems. They will have the bonus round, about 3,000 on all of the players on the MP9s. A little bit more was spent by Savage and Sterling, but they're still in a decent position where they'd be able to buy no matter what if this round goes south. But obviously, Encore hoping to try and build off these early 2 rounds. See if that can be done or not. Flashes, smokes down on mid, looking like they might want to move quickly, but they want to get the alley control to do so potentially as well. And well, that's not going to be allowed. A molly thrown in by Licky, forcing Afro right into his crosshair of that MP9, and well, now that they have a man advantage, I was gonna say they can probably calm down on this aggression here on the CT side, but it's he who have already thrown 2 players out onto A.
Just looking to take eyes away, I think, from that B bomb site for now. Bomb still deep outside spawn. They have managed to get half a grasp on this A site, but a lost fight from Exercise gives Savage the gift. And now Body, well, somewhat desperately, you have to say, clinging on to things. Lucky has managed to find one on a rotation. It's an awkward spray for Body, but he doubles it. Savage now low HP, desperate to try and get something done, and he will find another kill. Keeps it even on the 2-on-2. AK switch to look for the headshot, but it's not going to come through. And has a last man up. He's on a recovered AK-47 now. He had a blinder of a nuke. Can he keep his team in the ascendancy early on here on Ancient? Smoke goes down to allow that plant to come through. Hazard wants the disrespect. Spam through, not quite connecting. Pop flash as he flies on out. Actually catches himself in amongst that. Has to reset. And now Lucky and Jocko find themselves set. The Temple Donut crossfire. It's a nasty one to try and break. Hazard waits for the fading smoke. Starts to work his way out onto the site itself. Spots out Jocko. Knows he can potentially isolate that 1v1 around the big box now. Works his way out of Brokey, but Jocko is aware of the threat. First round goes the way of HEET. As you said, a little bit of a bonus round for the CT side, but they're not able to find it.
Not bad, though, bringing it down into such a close round, considering they had the 3 MP9s. They're going to have one again on Licky, actually, so it's not full rifles here, but for the extra few nades that they get off the back of it, it's probably worthwhile for one player to sacrifice down. Especially since he plays in towards Cave. Let's see. He not really having everything into this round either. They have a Deagle on Afro. So there is weaknesses really on both sides, showing how close, of course, the destruction the economy is for both of them. Still early days.
Heavy rotate here.
Yeah, A is completely open. The only problem is, can they get the bomb back around without it being noted? Because Savage at least would probably hear it running through the spawn, right?
He should do, but either way, giving up the site for free is not a good look. Deagle will go down. That bomb is looking a little lonely. As they realize the A site is open for the taking, rotation's going to start to spam their way through. It's a nice dink onto Jocko, and the player up on scaffold will capitalize. Apok comes in with one more, and now bodyy cutting a very isolated figure in towards Temple. Lucky doesn't actually want anything to do with it. Instead, wants to double back again. Knows that the B-bomb site has been somewhat abandoned. It's a rough old spray for him, but he lands the shot. Bodyy alone on the B's A site, rather, will go down. Molotovs will allow Lucky to get this plant through, but a 1v3 clutch required, already down to half HP. How do you look to play this? Encore playing it smart, grouping together. All three to take the lane simultaneously. They'll start to realize with this bomb plant, there's only really a couple of places that Lucky could realistically hide. And, well, the cave is the most likely. He finds the first. Apok goes down. Sterling now with support inside of the site itself. Taps that bomb out. Wall bangs down and finds a third round on the board for Encore. A solid recovery again. The A-bomb site left wide open for the taking. HEET take it, but they can't quite get the landing.
Yeah, and the trade right back. This is much more like what we got out of Encore in that second half. Hazr starting with a pretty good performance, also up there with the top ADR right now, followed by Sterling, who's on 5 kills. Savage starting off with a decent, solid performance, as is really just the entire team. It's what you need out of them. So hopefully that keeps on clicking. Pistols, though, a little bit of utility. Kevlar on 2 of the players. I'm not expecting much, but considering they've put some investment into the round, a couple of kills is probably what he have in mind. And if possible, a bomb plant would be real nice. Here's a headshot coming their way. No, not quite. That's unfortunate. Joko had the chance, but hazr kind of pre-fired it there on the AK. As we said, he's been on point since the previous map, so pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah, it feels like HEET have gone a little cold as well.
Ah.
Exactly. Lost some of that. Well, I was going to say fire, but that sounds like another awful HEET joke. They have lost a little bit of it, though. Just started to back away, not finding the connections as cleanly as they were at the start of the first map. A handful of pistols left. They're going to work their way out scaffold in towards that mid control. Apok, the next issue in Donut. Still with Savage inside of the A site as well. It's a nice setup. Hot flash will blind up Apok. He's got to retreat away from this. There's now multiple bodies coming his way. Savage, for now, has backed his man up. Finds a response to his death as well. And bodyy is left alone. Nothing he can do. The USP comes in for Savage as well. A solid triple for the A-site anchor. A 4th round on the board. And again, not a lot of damage done to the economy of Encore.
No, they have actually been able to put themselves in an okay spot. After reinvesting into some nades and such now, they haven't quite got enough for a full buy, unfortunately. So, yeah, ideally they don't want to be dropping this round, otherwise HEET will have a chance to build up a couple of rounds off the back of it. So we'll see. This is a very crucial round in general, and, well, there's an opening kill from Apok. Catches bodyy up close right on mid. Gonna continue with that aggression as well. He finds the dink, but Exercise gonna come out on top of the trade at least. So that is a positive for HEET, but they haven't got a massive advantage really out of the 4-on-4 like you'd normally say they would. Obviously with a player being so low. What a shot. Joko taking a tight angle there, catches hazr. Do they want to commit off this? There's one player close in cave, a couple already beginning to rotate over as we can see. There's a lot of time, so HEET don't need to force the issue, but it does seem like they want to end that on B.
They know Licky's in towards cave now, and with Afro catching Sterling on the rotation, B site feels viable. Licky has dealt with Lucky. All the L's. The Frenchman taking the worst of them, though, and with a low HP bar again, this feels viable. Joko half blinded, but they will find the kills regardless. Certainly feels like there's some missteps here from HEET. The nerves starting to get to him a little bit. A couple of missed opportunities. Again, that flash just a little mistimed for Joko, but he gets into it, gets it done, and perhaps more importantly, gets that economy to break point for Encore. They've been winning the rounds, but consistently losing 2 or 3 players in the process and never really been able to build up the finances to back their run. And as a result, 1 round from the T side immediately breaks them. Down onto pretty much full default pistols. Hazard's gone for a P250. Apoc's got a Zeus in hand. That's about it, and it really is scraps now. Hazard goes down early. The Zeus, too long range. Lucky deals with him, and yeah, this was always going to be a mop-up round. Nothing to really concern yourselves with. You'd have your fingers crossed that maybe Savage can grab something on that recovered P250. Sterling, maybe a dink on that USP. Just take one of these rifles away. That would be great, but other than that, it's really going to be nothing else. Ooh, afro.
Might catch the op. Unfortunately, 2 riflers being called back in to help out as well. I was going to say, if the op stuck around firing off missing shots, then perhaps he would have been overwhelmed. But no, he managed to keep all 5 standing and coming back onto the guns now. It's going to be Encore getting the op, getting the rifles. Utility's okay. I mean, so far there's not a ton, but Licky has enough to get the full set. So they've got what they need for this round, and it's a very crucial one. It could decide whether he start building into a pretty good T side already. They'd likely be going towards 5 if they win out this one, or it gives Encore a chance to start controlling their CT side and perhaps even run away with the momentum as they had begun to do so. Back on new goal, Licky. All right, 3 of them with ease. The op initially, I think, looking up ramp, but after that, you think there would have been a little bit more of a challenge, but no, he just mows them down. Deep smoke as well, so hazr can push down the ramp. They can hold on to this bomb, and bodyy and exercise are left in a 2-on-5.
That's 101. Bearing in mind that he picked Ancient, that feels really rough. Just not doing their due diligence on the players pushed up through dig. Savage gets the final kill, and like you said, it's an opportunity for both sides. Encore take it with both hands, grabbing onto it. All 5 players kept up as well. And yeah, just not doing their homework on this. 2 players looking the wrong way. Joko not able to land the shot for the 3rd. Ancient 101 clearing those corners. A monstrous round from Licky. Gives Encore their 5th. Problem, as always, is that T side on Ancient is horrific, and it becomes a question of how many rounds is enough. 3 already feels okay. 5 or 6 is solid. Rifle still available for the T side for now. Afro on that big green once again. Had a bit of a rough start to this map compared to the previous. Tagged up as well through the wallbang down to 37. His teammates just looking for a bit of a sneak up, but again, not clearing that cubby. hazr for the gift of a kill. Joko this time will find the response, but again, the wallbang is in from Licky. Again, that man advantage is maintained, and well, it's built on as well. Exercise continuing to try and trade, but Licky is still alive and kicking in this cave, and the damage he's doing is proving significant. Exercise and Afro tagged up now, and they know they can't really commit to that B site either. Sterling lies in wait for this exact peak. Can't quite catch the timing, but he knows he's got this opposition pinned in now.
Yeah, just doesn't really seem interested in taking the fight at this point. Wrapping around, yeah. The only problem is, that is the bomb. I like, okay, he swapped sides of mid. They were watching it, but they're not now, so they should, in theory, realize he could have crossed while they weren't looking anyway, so I don't think they'll completely overlook where he's at. But yeah, they want to make their way over towards A. Sterling does catch the jump across, and, well, the bomb, unfortunately, not on the back of Afro, so he makes it across initially. Has to fight his way back in once again, and should at least get the bomb plant here. Actually smoke off, though, which might work in his favor. No, gets the bomb. No, he didn't get it planted. Sorry, I thought he just about got it, but never mind. He was screwed. Bit unfortunate, but it's a 6-3 scoreline for Encore. They're starting to build up the CT into a pretty decent position, and, well, the 7th round's going to come basically free.
Certainly, unless there's a disaster, and HEET haven't looked like they're causing any chaos realistically. Been a very tame start to Ancient. Double up setup pulled out by Encore now. Savage and Sterling. Of course, saving across from the previous, the investment isn't too hefty. And again, HEET falling into this default. Couple of players towards A, 3 out B. No real presence in mid. Every time they've gone mid, they've just been gutted. So, not willing to try that again. Realistically, I mean, this one, you've got bodyy on a deagle, sure, but he's already been picked off by the AWP of Savage. Exercise will recover it. Everyone else on Glocks just getting chipped away at by the nades. Lucky tag through the wall down to 50. Have to reset the positions, and like you said, this one, it's just a mop up. Realistically, a kill or two would be fantastic if you HEET, not really expecting anything at all, however. And for Encore, just about keeping those 5 up, not allowing a bomb plant to come through, not allowing any kind of finances to be built up by HEET, and they've been doing a solid job so far. The CT side of Ancient's been kind to them. We saw them yesterday on the T side having a torrid time of it. CT clearly the more competent of the two, as is always the case on Ancient, as Lucky last up, last to go down. Smooth sailing.
(7-3). I've got to say, HEET's T-sides are seeming a bit lackluster from what we've seen on these 2 maps so far. Here we go, back onto the full gun round. No op, happy enough with the full set of rifles. Afro couldn't have got it either way. He's actually stuck on a Galil, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We'll see what can be done. Seems like just a pretty standard default in the early stages. Splitting up, they've, I believe, smoked deep in on mid, but other than that, they're just waiting out the CT utility. Waiting to see if anyone pushes forward to give them a chance of an opening kill, and well, they're realizing there's not a lot really coming alongside those nades this time.
Yeah, I've been struggling, HEET. Their default doesn't feel like it's netting them a lot of success. And with this double up setup out, they need the utility to shut things down. Fake exec into A is coming through. Again, it's a little one-dimensional, though. They're going to send some utility over the top. The smoke will keep them out of the site itself. It's not going to draw or rotate. Certainly not going to stop these B-site players from repositioning inside of the site itself. And Licky now under pressure. The 3 remaining Ts looking to swarm in, but hazr is there out long. They know there's likely site presence. Lucky does well to deal with that, but now there's more and more bodies, and the teammates so far away for this CT side. hazr able to lock it down with the double, and only now a body and exercise joining HEET. This just feels like a disaster waiting to happen. bodyy does well to find 1, but now with no smokes at all, they're trying to make the shots out of Sterling, and he's just going to keep on landing them. Bomb part tapped, hoping to draw Savage into a peak, but the AWP is up for the challenge. 8-3 on the board, and again, just not quite sure what HEET are hoping to achieve. They throw a load of util out A, but it just leaves them in a 3-2 situation where you've only got 3 players coming up the ramp. Nobody's biting on that fake, and it just means you're lacking numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly is going wrong on this T side for HEET. Fragmented on pushes, no trades ever coming in. We're not seeing any of the regular fraggers really stepping up either. It's a little bit crazy because the same thing happened on Nuke, and that was after a fantastic CT side. So I'm not going to count out that they can step this up once they swap over, but they need enough to work with so that they'll at least have the rounds to play. As a very quick cleanup, of course, comes in right there. That attempted B rush, a little bit of damage, but nothing that's going to affect them considering the economy's in such a strong place with only a few rounds left. So here we go, 9-3, their last chance to grind out at least 2 of these 3 rounds. That's got to be the goal.
Got to get something out of this. Rifles up again. Boost on boost. Apoc trying to peer over, and he gets the better of it again in mid. Exercise felled once more. Molotov to force him back as well. bodyy in no position to refrag it. Licky forced. The man advantage, just wants to fall back. Again, it's a reluctant start for the T side, right? They try something, it doesn't work, and now it just feels like they stall out entirely. CT side have fallen back into relative positions of safety, happy to turtle the sights, knowing they've got the man advantage. And well, I mean, if you HEET, what are you looking for here? Just a reluctant spam, hope that you hit a headshot? Body's going to start creeping up mid, but with no utility to support, he's just walking into the lion's den. APOC with a freebie. Afro wants the trade, but he's so far away when it even starts to be a reality that it's another free fight for APOC. Finally, he goes down, but the damage done is significant. Bomb, meanwhile, wants to work its way. Lucky on the lurk has got at least one to make this viable, but Savage now looking to be the spanner in the works. Can't quite finish the kill onto Lucky, and this may be the opportunity they're so desperately requiring on Heat. They've got the man up. Damage is good. Sterling looking to deny this bomb on cross, but Jocko will make it initially. He's in temple fast here. Jocko is covered from it, and that spam gives his game away. Afro rips his head off, and it's hazr. He's been a hero for this side. It's a 1v3. There's low HP bars, but he's looking the wrong way. 4th round for Heat. A round that, in all honesty, they had no business winning. A little bit of magic from a couple of players gets it done. But it's not going to get any easier. The rifles are back out, and you have to imagine Encore are going to respond.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they finally managed to crack through, but even then, they had to pull it back from a 3-on-5. It was not easy at all. And as we had mentioned, the economy's there for Encore to just keep on buying. So really, the goal for the buys on the CT side here should be at least one more round. Get it up to double digits, put themselves in a comfortable spot. And, well, Sterling's put them in a pretty comfortable spot as he picks up that opening kill around main. So, not a bad start. They're going to be smoked out at a bomb site, unfortunately, but that gap towards the CT spawn, I was going to say, not being smoked off, was given some good vision to hazr. Sadly, it's the op he finds the battle against, but it doesn't matter. The only kills so far found was that op entry from bodyy. Joko eventually getting one for himself as well, but now they've got to hold off this 2-on-3. Yet again, they're outnumbered in the afterplant.
Body's in a horrible position as well for this. He's got to hold so many positions. Licky goes in a little too keenly, though. That gives one up to the AWP, but that buys time for Joko on the rotate as well, critically. He's got a free backstab. Sterling goes down. It's on to Savage, and inside of the site, bodyy will deal with him. Picking up that AWP, the in-game leader, and picking up the round for Heat as well. A 5th on the board, despite going down 4v5 early. This is more like it from Heat. It feels like they're starting to find their footing a little bit. I mean, Exercise is having a torrid time, but bodyy, well, he's picking up the team as the in-game leader, putting all 4 of them on his back and walking them through these rounds at the moment. Will still be a buy right towards the death. Still an opportunity, as you said, for Encore to get their hands on double digits, which would be a big result on the CT side. And again, it's going to be this A site. They want to put the pressure on to Sterling, full blinded, still hits his shot, will be traded 1-for-1, but he's bought time. Rotation's already in, pop flash is perfect for APOC, and he'll get one at the very least. Savage swinging in for more, and it's 2-on-4 out of absolutely nowhere. Jocko and bodyy this time. Again, AWP in the hands of bodyy to try and clutch. Jocko with bomb on his back, trying to work his way around this temple, but APOC, well, he's working his way inside of these smokes, and Jocko has no idea what's coming his way. Bodyy left with the impossible 1v4. Double digits feels like a certainty here on that AWP. Knows he needs a pick. He's not going to be given one. Double digits for Encore. A solid CT side on Ancient. Can they find their way to Vertigo? Well, we'll just have to wait and find out. A lifeline for Encore, a much needed one at that. They find themselves 10-5 up at the half. A T side which just needs 6 rounds to sneak its way to Vertigo. And a Heat roster who don't look like they're firing on all cylinders at the moment, Dean.
No, not at all. I'm finding it kind of hard to judge them, though, after what we had seen on the previous map as well, where they really did struggle, obviously, on the T side of Nuke, losing at, what was it, 15-4 at one point, went into 15-11 before they finally got the closure. So there's hope here for Heat for sure, but I think they'll want to kick things off with a pistol round. Otherwise, Encore might just carry on with that momentum that was evidently theirs in that first half as it went on. Nice little tucked in spot from Afro. They actually don't check it at all, even as the silencer off, because why the hell not? It's not necessary. Once he fires off a shot from there anyway, they were going to know where he was, and he comes away with a nice little triple kill for himself. And it's finished off by Joko in on mid, so an incredibly convincing pistol round. There's no real challenge at all put up by Encore.
I feel like if you're Afro and you've got 5 kills in the half, you can't be taking the silencer off your pistol. Like, that's just 2 BM, but he gets it done regardless.
Just in case he gave him away. Might have been slightly too long around the corner.
If it's that, I will eat my words, I tell you. If it is that gigabrainer play, I will eat my words, but...
You have to hop on a server and test it out. See if it just about shows. Someone
tweet it at me and show me if I'm making a horrendous mistake. And in fact, Afro has a gigabrain and I'm just a pleb.
I don't know, or it's just BM. Yeah. Just like, I killed you with a USB no silencer.
It feels like the latter, and well, this Force Spy is turning into a bit of a BM as well. 2 frags already for the MP9. Savage gets 1 on the P250. He does have a habit of doing that, but he's very quickly mopped up. And yeah, clean as you like, 7th on the board. Really nothing coming out of that one whatsoever for Encore. And this is going to be the concern now. He had an incredibly solid CT side on Nuke. They've already got off to a blinder here, CT side of Ancient. Encore need a response, right? It feels like they need at least a couple rounds early, break the economy, put the CTs on the back foot, get that nervousness back into how Heat are playing, because we certainly saw it on the T side of things.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to have a bit more of a competitive second half here, maybe. It would be nice to see between the two of them. Lucky up against the Kevlarless opponents. We're not expecting much of a struggle, but they did invest into some Deagles, so it's not like there was nothing put into this round. Encore definitely would have been expecting to get a few kills maybe out of this. Bomb plant would have been nice as well, but unfortunately it's not looking too likely. Yeah, being cleaned up. Savage is going to be spotted as well. He's trapped in. They'll let the MP9 get it. I like that. They're like, go get it, buddy. Build up that money as much as we can.
It's a nice call from Heat. And now things get interesting. We've got through the pistol, the early rounds. Now we are into the action where things actually matter. First full rifle buy. Pretty hefty bonus round as well for the CT side. Obviously not investing in any rifles at all. Sticking around with the MP9, which gets dropped over to Afro. Only real investment, some nades, defuse kits. Knowing that the economy will be critical for this CT side, it really does make or break your Ancients. 2 rounds in it at the moment. Encore queuing up outside of this A site. 4 players into main now. Exercise up close and personal. Only the FAMAS to work with, and support is a little way away as well, with the 3-man lean in towards B. Makes bodyy a little isolated in Donut. Lucky though with that lean, has managed to take out the lurk play. And now they know, you can see it, the CT side have cleared out that lane. They know B was unoccupied, so they can afford to start scrambling rotations. Afro the first to go. Working his way in towards Red Room with that MP9 up close and personal. And Encore reacting well. Knowing that they've lost that control, they're going to go back for the retake. Force the CTs to reconsider B as a realistic possibility. And with the bomb still in mid, can look to lean either way in the late round.
Yeah, they've actually sent 3 back around the B now as well. So we'll have to see how exactly that's going to play out, because the bomb is actually starting to make its way back over. But in the meantime, a little bit of presence at least being shown on mid. They forced that player from Donut back off. Doesn't really seem to be prompting much of a rotation out of Heat, unfortunately. So they are well prepared. Utility-wise, though, just a couple of flashes, I think. So no mollies, no smokes, none in that regard for slowing it down. Instead, shots need to be landed. And they tried to go aggressive in towards the cave. flash had landed. It was actually a bit of a team flash on Afro, I believe. Joko then goes down straight away on the bomb site as well, and with that look, he's left to put up a little bit of a fight, and he can't do anything more than just a single kill. Sterling trades it back. It gives them the bomb plant, and now they have even a bit of time to set up, as you can see in that after plant.
No utility either. It's going to have to be kills or die for the CT side. Licky and Apoc. Nice crossfire into Dig. They're trying to bait something out of them, but nobody's peeking. Now Exercise with one. Low HP means he gets a second, and it's on to Sterling. Nothing he can do. The 2v3 retake is stuck. Bodyy will get the defuse. Wants to make sure his teammate can pick up a real gun as well, but that is such an awkward one for Encore to lose. Couple of missed shots on that B bomb side. Felt like they'd given the T side the opening they so desperately wanted. Retake able to land, though. That low HP bar really critical. I think he found the dink and nothing more on that MP9, which is why it was down to 9 HP. That's just about enough for the FAMAS to take full advantage. The gap down to just 1 round now. Rifle's still available, but there is sacrifices being made. That economy is starting to buckle with the 3,400 loss bonus for the T side. Galil for hazr. Apoc limited on his util. Savage the same. And they want to lean into this B control. They know HEET are playing this lane incredibly aggressively. Encore want to find a response.
Definitely going to be the hope, but as you said, with how aggressive they're playing, they even just replenished the smoke, a quick right clip drop to put it in place. So not looking ideal considering Encore are so determined about making their way in towards B. The spam doesn't land, but for now they're keeping them at bay, and as the smoke goes down they decide to go through. A little bit of damage done, but it actually allowed them to run up ramp without being spotted all that much. Instead, the footsteps is what gives it away. Joko, if he can just stay tucked in basically at this point, he is acting as a massive distraction, as you can see. Look, he rotated in. They had got, I believe, Bodyy in position as well, so all three were ready. And that bomb left in no man's land up on the bomb site already, with Apoc being so low that it's going to be pretty much impossible for him to do anything. At this point, he probably is considering the save.
Yeah, just holding on to that rifle again. So much utility used to get back into that lane control that as they're heading up onto the site, the crossfires are there. Afro able to swing on the AWP. And then, as you said, Joko just has to stay alive, just has to buy time. They've got to clear him. They've got to hold short. They've got to hold long. There's too many angles, not enough crosshairs at the end of the day. So we will be level, 10 apiece. HEET CT side again. It's not feeling perfect, I will say that. It's felt very rough around the edges, but they are finding some consistency with it now. Bodyy will save the AWP across, building up a nice little bank account behind themselves as well. It's a very different picture of your Encore. They have got enough money for a half buy here. Of course, Apoc, a little disjointed from the rest given his save, but he can look for the hero rifle. They just need damage out of this round. 2-3 kills. Get that AWP down on the floor. Get it out of the map if you can. Get a bomb plant, ideally. Something to work with. You need something out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, they have full loss bonus, but as you said, with Apoc going for the hero, or having the hero rifle, they are going to need a bomb plant. Okay. Joko somehow got blinded while playing anti-flash, so that didn't work out at all. Got ran down by an MP9, and well, that seems to be pretty much the only success for Encore, because other than that, he'd have gone ahead and just pulled back all of the frags. No more casualties to be suffered either. Didn't even get close to the bomb plant, I don't believe, so that's unfortunate since Apoc didn't actually participate in the opening frag either. So he's going to be sitting just a little bit short of the full buy. So
they've got a formula. They've got a formula for it now. They know if they pop flash through that smoke. Blimey, my brain is leaking out my ears. Pop flash through that smoke with the right timing. They catch that man playing, like you said, he was playing anti-flash. He thought he had support and he didn't. It's a freebie. Now the flash is out mid this time. There's multiple bodies there, but the nades have done so much work for them. Bodyy on the spam down gets 2. Exercise trades him away, and Afro does get a little keen off the back of that. Peeks into the lane, hazr there. Head taken clean from shoulders. The problem is, again, they've lost so much in the meanwhile. They're a man down. Savage is dinked up to 6 HP. The bomb is also down in mid, and it is very much holdable with the amount of utility that this CT side have got now. Can more than happily just turtle in towards that bomb itself. Savage trying to work his way up the lanes. hazr in for a cheeky flank CT. Exercise is aware of the possibility. The timings are going to be everything. hazr's got to clear towards CT spawn, and he's got the health advantage. Gets the one. Trade immediately there, though, and Lucky on that recovered AWP. Now they know where hazr is. bodyy plays the off angle well. It's 12 on the board. Yet to register on the T side or Encore. Another close call, but that early damage just too much to get over.
Fortunately so, and again, without the bomb plant being put down, this time they are likely actually looking at a half buy. Won't be an eco, obviously rocking the full loss bonus. They can keep on pulling out a decent amount at least, but considering the scoreline now is beginning to get a little bit away from them, they do need to try and get some more rounds on the board soon. This next good round is basically going to be their last chance to do so. Oh, that's unfortunate. The nade went in as well, I believe, done some damage. Sterling burned alive, and Licky and hazr not getting away in much better positions, especially after that follow-up nade.
bodyy with the accidental right click.
Horns two of them alive. Didn't even know exactly where they were at, and a final kill on the off by Afro to make sure those pistols aren't too much trouble. They did lose a player, but they're all sitting around 10,000 at the start of the round there, so it's not an issue.
They'll be laughing about it. You saw bodyy there with the classic accidental right click. I don't know why that's even a thing for the 4A1S, but he right clicks, starts unscrewing the silencer off the barrel, has to switch to the pistol and back again. Puts him in a bit of an awkward position. Actually, ultimately gets him killed. But as you said, just against the pistols, the damage was already done. The Molotov gets a nice couple of kills. That's a screenshot to put on your Steam profile. And at 13-10, Encore starting to run out of opportunities. The T side, it needed to click, and it just hasn't so far. They've been close a couple of times, but HEET have always been up to the challenge. Money at breaking point once again. Everything invested. Kitchen sink thrown at it. Sterling on that AWP once more. Limited impact on this map, you have to say. 12 and 14. Need to see something special out of him coming into this round if they are to stand a chance here on map 2. It's going to be fast control of the lane. They're going to contest it fully this time. Last time it was just the pistols trying to have a crack at it. This time full rifles. Take a couple of those nades on the chin, but the chip damage isn't too bad this time around. I say that, and Licky gets tagged down to 20 through a smoke.
Actually just going to charge into the bomb site. Joko already having a bit of damage done on those initial two players with the help of, I believe, a team flash coming over from APOC. He just has free reign. It's the wall bang as well. 2 from Lucky, 2 from Joko before he went down, and I was going to say bodyy on the flank to finish it, but Sterling just about with the time and managed to creep forward, but he's going to be caught any second. Oh, he wanted a knife maybe. Didn't shoot initially when he seen him there. I think wanting to try and rub it in as much as possible. 14-10. He not far off taking this 2-0, and since that was the buy again, and since no bomb goes down, it's going to be a tough decision about whether they want to force this or not.
Encore wishing this was the new update, because that ancient B site is just hell on earth to get into. Spam down, tag down. Nothing they can do.
Bullets as well.
Yeah, to say the least. 14-10, back down onto the half buy. hazr with the hero rifle. The molly has missed again for the CT side. Lucky thinks it's landed, and that leaves him a little bit out in the lurch here. Manages to get one, does very well to find the second with it. Joko again, just expecting a little more cover than he found. That hero rifle for hazr getting a ton of damage done, and you can see it's forcing these CTs into a relatively passive hold. Afro's rotated out onto long. hazr trying for this wallbang. They know Joko likes that cubby, but he likes the flashbang even more. bodyy, the IGL in with another big assist, and at this point, Savage is very disjointed from the team. He goes down. The pop flash whilst it blinds bodyy up also catches hazr, and while body's vision clears first, and we're at 15-10. It would be very rough for Encore to go down like this, you have to say. They will be hoping for at least a round on their T side, something to show what they're made of, because at the moment it is looking like a clean sweep of a CT side again for HEET. Series point on the line here. Encore a round away from elimination from the ESL Pro League Season 16 conference stage, and this is not how they would have wanted to go down. They're going to go for the lane control again. This time the mollies land. Counter smokes are good, and Sterling, he wants to take this control. The molly going to force Lucky right into the crosshair, and the AWP this time has an opening to work with. hazr grabs a second as well. A lightning fast reaction onto Jocko, and that's the B site wide open. They're actually knife out. Savage finds one. Quick trades at least keep it competitive, but it is going to be a free plant for the T side. Or is it? No, bomb. Oh, no, not like this. I thought they had it. They had the B site. They had everything at their feet, but the bomb was on the back of the man in towards mid. Exercisers nabbed it. And now they've got to go on a recovery mission. 2 men deep in towards spawn. Exercise doing all he can. Pot flashing himself into the angle. A miss flick onto the AK now. Can't find the shot he wants onto hazr, though, and it's all body. The veteran into the 1v3. He's got so many angles to cover. Gets the first. Knows where Sterling is. Clean headshot for the second. And it's all onto Licky. It's IGL on IGL now. Bodyy smoked away from the bomb at least. There will be a recovery of that. Grabs it. And now it's the 2 brains of the operation up against one another. Bodyy, an absolute veteran. Tucks himself in towards red. Actually timing, but Licky takes a shot. Gives the game away. Bodyy wants it. Goes back for more. Playing the angles. Licky knows he's got to get into one of these sites sooner rather than later. With just 25 seconds left on the clock, he hightails it through Donut. Nade to try and give himself some cover to cross. Bodyy wants to deny on entry. Pot flash is good. Kill is better. 16-10. It will be HEET who take themselves the clean 2-0. Encore are out of conference. And we'll be back to break down that disappointment in just a few moments.